scalp or die. Scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath, I hedge. Scalp or die. Scalp or die. The thrill's my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. Scalp or die, it's scalp or die. Scalp or die, I'm living on the edge.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday, but no NFP today. How are you guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've been up since 3 o'clock, scalping or dying, so I have a lot to show you and to share with you. Kay is with us today. Even though there's no NFP, she's going to give us sort of a down low on what it could be, and also what's going on with the with just the general state of affairs, because we don't, it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing with the shutdown resolves. I will say one thing. I think the longest shutdown we had was, I forgot what year it was, but it was like a month and a half. And the irony of the whole thing is that the S&P was up 10% during that time.
35 days in
35
2018 and 2019. So we actually, if you have been following me, you came on Monday, we went through all of the charts and showed you how the Nasdaq actually bottomed on the day of the shutdown. Now, there was no bottom this time around, right? Because we were already in a one-way uptrend, but
Right.
it does tell you, we did sell off that day, which was completely expected. If you came to Monday, you'll know that, we laid out the game plan for a rally in gold, for a sell-off in the US dollar, as well as for the Nasdaq to pull back. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. But what followed was, of course, the recoveries, the recovery in the Nasdaq, the gold didn't recover. Gold just continued to rise. And the dollar kind of treading water. So we're going to talk about all of that. But it's a great day. It's not, as Boris said, not NFP Friday, but it's still, the first Friday of the last quarter of the year. We're in the final stretch, and it's usually the time of the year when everyone kind of buckles down and tries to make their last that last inch before the year closes. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. Now, before we begin, we always like to welcome, those of you, who are you, who's new today? Where are you coming in from? Say hello. Let us know where you're coming in from. Where are you? Uganda, Arenalti. Good morning, Rada. Good morning, George. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Who else is? Yes. So there's no jobs report. I actually showed, I don't have it up anymore. Well, actually, I do have it up, but
You want to take the screen, Kay?
Well, I think it's for this particular, it's a little, I will, but it's a little boring to you. But I pulled up the Department of Labor's contingency plan for the shutdown that they released at the end of.
You have me at Department of Labor.
Yes, it's too boring for all of you. So I think you'd rather see our faces in the chart.
Okay.
But what I meant to say is that they, basically brought their staff levels down to about 10% of what it is. And so there will be no jobs report. There will be no inflation report. there will be no the weekly jobless claims report until we get the government reopened. So this is one of the most important implications of the government shutdown for us as traders. I mean, obviously, there's a number of implications economically, socially, whatever it is that you guys want to talk about. There are definitely significant implications. But for us as traders, that means that we don't have the liberty of getting our usual data. But let's talk about what's going to be released. What's going to be released is yesterday or earlier this week, I think Wednesday, and today we will have the ISMs. So ISM is kind of like one of my favorite reports, because the ISMs and the PMIs give you the most recent look at how an economy is doing. And the ISM and PMIs usually are leading indicators for reports like non-farm payrolls. So ISM will be released today. We will get the ISM report today, and that's coming out at 10 a.m. So don't think we won't have any volatility today. Today is still going to be a market moving day. Normally, the ISMs themselves, they are only market moving when we don't have non-farm payrolls that day. But today, because even though we're supposed to have non-farm payrolls, we will still get ISM. So 10 o'clock ISM, if those numbers come out good, the dollar could reverse some of the gains that it's seen since the shutdown. So we do have ISMs that will still be released. What else will still be released during the shutdown? The Fed minutes, the FOMC meeting. The Fed will still hold their meeting at the end of October, because the Fed, they get their money from a separate bucket, basically from the revenue of interest, as well as some of the services they do. So they have a different income stream. So they're still operating and they're still funded. They are still going to release the beige book, the FOMC minutes, and of course the end of month Federal Reserve meeting is still happening. So even though we've got a lull in the key report today, we don't have non-farm payrolls. Everyone will start to think about, what is going to come in a couple of weeks. What does everything mean for the Fed? Will they continue to cut interest rates? Now, I love those pop quizzes. So I'm going to pop quiz you right now. How many of you think that, or as a better way to phrase this, what do you think the Fed will do at the end of October, assuming that they don't have access to the non-farm payrolls report or the inflation report in October? Let's assume the government shut down the whole month, even if it's 2 weeks. I think the inflation report is in mid-October. Let's say they don't get the inflation report. They don't get the jobs report. Do you think, and I want you to type in the comment box, are they going to cut or hold at the end of the month? Pop quiz, I want to hear your thoughts. We have a little over 3 weeks until the Fed meeting. Okay, Nathan says hold. Peter says cut. Ben says cut. Marcus says hold. Hitesh says hold. Brittany says hold. Aranatia says hold. This is very interesting. It's about 50-50 right now. Half of you say that they're going to hold for data, like Andrew. Half of you think they're going to move forward and, where is this? Cut 25 basis points anyway. So this is very important, because I always say that when it comes to trading, fundamentals are important, technicals are important, but sentiment is also important. What the market is positioning for, how the market feels, and all of us are the market. How the market feels going into a big event will determine how the the indices, gold, dollar trades after the event. And right now, you guys, the indecision between all of you, where 50% of you saying that that's going to hold, 50% of you saying that's cut, means that we're probably going to see some big moves after the Fed meeting at the end of October. And a lot of you saying it's data dependent. We're assuming that there's only private sector data. And as Rod Ha said, we had very ugly private sector jobs. ADP reported a drop in private sector payrolls. They revised the last month's report to also report a drop. So it's 2 months of back-to-back drops. So ugly numbers in the ADP. So you're 50-50. I personally am going to be in the cut camp because regardless of how you how it all shakes out, the shutdown is going to curb GDP growth. It's going to make investors nervous. The private sector numbers, those, I think, with the additional layoffs that, or the hold that we're getting in regards to government jobs this month, it's going to hurt spending. All the government workers, even though they're still getting paid, they're going to be worried about how long this is going to last, and they're going to cut spending. I think in general, many people are feeling like they need to tighten their belts a little bit. And I think as we go into this holiday shopping season, it may not be such a strong holiday shopping season unless retailers are discounting, taking hits, in their margins, where we may see, weak spending a period in general. So I think the Fed is going to proceed with cut. In fact, the market thought that they were going to cut, quite aggressively over the next 6 to 12 months, and they underdelivered at the last Fed meeting. So I think they're going to cut, and of course, as we get to the FOMC meeting, we'll talk more and more about it. But I do think that they're going to cut, which is part of the reason why I'm still bearish dollars. I still think the dollar is going to move lower. I still think that rallies should be sold. But today, this week, some of you may be confused about why the dollar is rebounding. And it's because, I guess, no news is good news, right? The market is looking at no news, and they're looking at it as if no news means that that the rallies could continue. But the rise in gold prices tells you something very different. The rise in gold prices tells you that not everyone is convinced that this is all good news. Now, Nathan says, weren't the numbers showing higher than expected inflation? Yeah, stagflation. You're absolutely right. So there is a possibility they could hold. I just think they're going to cut anyway, because they're going to look at the growth story, they're going to look at the jobs numbers. But let's see how today's ISM report comes out, because that is a very important piece of data. Now, I have another question for all of you. How many of you are confused about why stocks are higher, even though we see a government shutdown and the weak ADP? If you are confused, give me a question mark. If you're not confused and you know exactly why and you feel good about it, that's fine. I'll move on. And I won't talk about the reasons why we have the reason why that's the case. But in general, next week, I will not be doing a Monday live stream, because Boris and I are going to be in Dubai. So we're not doing a Monday live stream. So unfortunately, markets, this is going to be my new tagline: markets reward the prepared. And you were rewarded this week if you attended our Monday session, because we laid out the complete price action that would happen this week. I told you exactly what would be the trading direction, and that's what happened. When we do NFP, markets reward the prepared. But unfortunately, I will not be there to prepare you on Monday, because we're not going to be around, and we're not going to have our live stream. So I've got question marks here, which I love, because it means that it gives me a opportunity to explain to you why stocks are hitting. Let me add my chart, because you might be bored of just seeing my face right now. Let me put my chart on the screen. Hold on. I've got charts looking at different things right now. So let me change it, and I'm going to share with you my chart. And let's share a chart here. Present, share screen. Okay. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. That's Boris's screen. All right. Here, I'm going to add this one to stage. All right. Stocks marching to record highs. S&P pushing higher. Nasdaq doing better than the S&P this morning. So what in the world is driving this move? You know how I love my lists. Number one. Okay, let's lay it out. What is driving stocks to records? Stock record. Okay, don't have enough room, so we're not going to be that grammatically correct. So the first thing is that shutdown is noise. Shutdowns are noise. gosh, I can't, I'm like totally grammatically incorrect today. Shutdowns are noise. Okay, basically since 1976, we've had, in the last 50 years, we've had 22 shutdowns. And during this period, we actually saw stocks like the S&P average, double digit 13% returns in the 12 months after the shutdown. And, many of you may not have been through a shutdown, because the last shutdown was in 2018, December of 2018, and that lasted for 35 days. But it's kind of like war, where the market just recovers from it. It has, a psychological impact going into the possibility of shutdown. Investors get nervous and they end up, selling. They end up, selling dollar in sight. They send the gold higher. But at the end of the day, the shutdowns are noise. Everyone who was not paid will get paid, and life returns back to normal. And as a result, usually when we have shutdowns, the stock market has positive return during in the 12 months after. And in 2018, for those of you that may not have joined us on Monday, I'm going to show you this quickly because we gone through this on Monday. 2018, this is the shutdown, December 22nd, 2018. That was the day of the shutdown. Markets reopened on the 24th. Just as we expected, Nasdaq dropped on the day of shutdown, verticalized, and never looked back. So, we did not, we did not necessarily, we had a drop. This is the government shutdown day. We had a drop, markets recovered, and then it continued to rally. So investors look at shutdown as noise. Then we had the weak ADP. And weak ADP basically means the Fed is going to continue to cut interest rates. Lower interest rates is good for stocks. Yes, this is counterintuitive because a weaker jobs environment should be bad for stocks, but the market is looking like this is going to lead to more interest rate cuts by the Fed. We have sectors powering higher. Pfizer did really well. Pharmaceuticals are up after the Trump drug pricing deal. We also have tech stocks rallying. NVIDIA is doing really well, lifting the Nasdaq. And in general, the market thinks that the economic hit, yes, it's going to shave about 0.1 to 0.2% off GDP per week. And last time we were shut down for about 5 weeks. The U.S. economy is still running at 1.8% GDP growth in the first half of the year. So even if we shave off 0.5%, 0.75%, it's still going to be positive GDP growth. And investors realize that the real drivers are going to be earnings, Fed cuts, and data. So the lack of data will probably end up being more negative, more positive negative for stocks. Sidin, Boris and I will both be going to the Forex Expo in Dubai. So make sure you join us. I've got 4 different sessions that I'm going to be a part of. So it's going to be a very, very busy day. But in general, it's, it should be a lot of, good information that you're going to be there. So when will NFPs be released? NFPs are going to be released when the U.S. government reopens. And so that is the game plan. Any other questions about this? So we're not going to stream in the week ahead, but let's take a quick look at the calendar about what to expect. So no Monday live stream, and we're just going to look quickly. And I can tell you already, it's not going to be the most exciting week, which is good because, well, actually take that back. You never know when it's going to be an exciting week, but data-wise, it shouldn't be an exciting week. So that is why we are probably not going to have huge moves. But if we just filter for the marquee events, the big events, let's see. We only have the RBNZ rate decision, which they are expected to cut interest rates. We've got the Fed minutes. So as I said, Fed minutes are still going to be released. And that will be quite interesting because they cut interest rates, but there was a little reluctancy for the dot plot to show more. So the minutes will give us more information on that. Jobless claims will not be released. I don't know why that's there. Canada has a jobs report, so that will be very important. And then we have another private sector report, which is the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. And that's it. So RBNZ and the Fed minutes are pretty much the most important, along with the CAD jobs report. I'll be back on the desk on Thursday. So we'll be trading on Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday for our BK members. But yeah, that's, pretty much the drill. Where are you located, D'Artagnan? You want to share where you're located? How many of you are Americans here? If you live in the US, let us know what state you live in. All right. So, we're not expecting, we don't have huge events to really talk about anyway for next week, but the Fed minutes will be probably the most interesting. All right. KJ, you should be joining our event in Boca Raton, Florida, on October 21st if you live in Florida, because we're coming down. We're live trading. It's going to be really exciting. We're bringing with us Peter Tuchman, Einstein of Wall Street. We're also bringing with us David Green. It's going to be day trading live in Boca Raton. Peter Tuchman, he's going to bring with you the wisdom from the New York Stock Exchange floor. David Green, he retired from trading as a New York Stock Exchange market maker when he was 30. Myself, Boris. It's going to be a full day event. Lots of really great stuff to teach you how to not only live trade, but how to build real income from trading. And the VIP ticket includes a lot of really exciting things. But one of the things that I'm going to tease you that I'm not really allowed to say is but I'm going to say it anyway because this is our private session, is that, Peter is going to give a very special meet and greet. He's going to try to get those of you that sign up for VIP onto the New York Stock Exchange floor with him. These are my words, not his words, but this is what he'll be doing. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a special private tour. So if you're interested, join us. It's going to be really, really powerful event. Boris, if you want to drop the link into
I'm just trying to look. I thought I had a shortcut
day
for
trade,
it,
just
but I
you
didn't.
type it. All right, here we go. Day
I
trade.
got it. I'm putting it in.
Okay. So join us. It's going to be really, really incredible in sunny Boca Raton. You learn how to build real income from real trading one day, real strategies. Beat us live. If you're on the East Coast, Texas, Florida, if you want to take a trip down there, Tony, to New Jersey, it's really, really, really great. Especially that opportunity with Peter, at the stock exchange is priceless. Anyway, questions before I turn it over to Boris for trading? Because it is Marathon Trading Friday. No trading for me because, by this time of the week, we're done. We're wrapping up our week. We did well this week. Not a big week, but, a profitable one. Another profitable one. All righty. Boris,
Yes,
you want
ma'am.
to take the screen?
Yeah, I'm going to take the screen. Hi, let me see if we can do this. Wait, hold on. Remove ad. That's how it works. Okay. Hey, guys. Good morning. We're, scalping like crazy already. But I want to thank Kay for kind of giving us the lowdown of what's happening this week and next week. We got ISM services coming up, so that it will be a good D'Artagnan says he hopes Karen Fu goes and interviews Kathy again. I don't even know if Karen Fu is going to be at the Dubai FX Expo, but if she is there, we'll try to do a couple of videos with her. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up here. She says she will not. Okay, so she's not going to be there at the expo. We have a lot of stuff that's coming up. Obviously, those of you guys in Dubai, I see a few people in Dubai. Come see us at Expo. We'd love to see you. We're going to be at the ACAP booth. We're going to be doing panels. There'll be a tremendous amount of fun. So come say hi to us over there. And those of you who are in the States, and most importantly, those of you who are in the Sunshine State of Florida, absolutely please mark your calendar for the 21st of October for the live presentation. And then finally, everybody else in the world, I'm going to put up this link for everybody. I am doing an absolutely free Wealth Charts 365 show on Thursday. Literally the moment I come back from Dubai, I'm going to be doing the show where I show you, literally lay out the whole case for prop trading and show you the strategies. Everybody's been asking me to put up the PowerPoints. I actually made the PowerPoints for the show, so you get to see all of the strategies writ large, and it's 100% free. It's going to be a full week of trading education, so just cost you nothing. Anybody who's right now listening to me anywhere, including everybody on X, please go out there, go register your friends. It'll be the greatest gift you can give them, because it's going to be a huge amount of trading education. So be sure to make sure you go there to Wealth Charts. That's going to be very, very soon, right after the Dubai Expo. And then after that, please come visit us at Boca at the Trader Summit. So lots of events coming up, lots of stuff going on. Let me, Dan putting up a thumbs up. D'Artagnan says he's in Thailand, but he's American. Nice. It's a great name, D'Artagnan, man. What a great name. It's like Alexander Dumas writ large. Let me change screens just a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. I'm going to change layouts. Oh, hang on just one sec. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Bear with me just one sec. I'll be right back. Hey guys, all right, I'm back. Give me just one more second. I got to change the media layouts, because I want to tell you that Apex went back to 80% off, which is awesome. So be sure to get that discount. It's really tremendous. I actually just yesterday, while I was putzing around, yet another thing for me to repent for. I actually got up early and passed another prop test just like in one day yesterday. Super easy with ACAP. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I think you guys are going to really like this. Right now, I'm actually going to, let me just do the trade right now, and then I'll explain it. I'm going to go long gold. So lots of stuff to show you, but the first order of business is today I'm going to try and trade only my funded accounts. So this is I think this is actually the latest funded account that I traded. And the game plan is you trade every single account to 100 target and then move on to the next account. It's a very intelligent way of distributing risk, minimizing any losses in any individual account, and just basically slowly but surely aggregating your flow. If you guys saw my, let me just show you. You may have. Let me just get rid of all this stuff. Just one sec. Oops. Maybe you saw my tweet today, but I thought this was really cool. If you think about this, this is really the operating philosophy that I'm going on, which is that if every single setup is basically a probability guess, which we all know it is, right? There's absolutely no guarantee that any single setup works. Then the only difference between you gambling and you trading is just size. If you have size, you have control. If you have oversize, you're gambling and you have no control. That's why I'm doing small trades with very structured size and small targets, because that is going to be the core of our path to getting paid out. We get funded all the time now, and with funded, you can do large size because funded is just, a lot of times it's fun. But when you want to get paid out, when you really want to trade for real, you need to be able to trade, not gamble, right? It's okay to gamble when you're doing evals because one, it's fun, and two, it gets you funded really fast. But it is absolutely not okay to gamble when you're trying to get payout, because then you just basically, you've wasted your time. You've completely lost the account that you've been working hard to get. So the point being is, live by this motto. If you live by this motto, I think you're going to be in really good shape. And I'm going to try and live by this motto in terms of showing you what I want to do. And so the sizes are all going to be small, but the other component that I'm going to be doing today that I think you guys are going to really, really love because, oh, David Aranzabal is in the show. Como vai? My friend David Aranzabal from Spain. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, David. So nice to have you along. So the other thing that I'm going to show you that I think you guys are going to really appreciate, just from a philosophical point of view, but very much so from a profit point of view, is we're only going to scalp with trend. Now, I'm telling you this because I burnt like 3 accounts doing the exact opposite. And you know me, I'm very stubborn, but eventually, after I hit my wall against the cement brick enough times, I actually learned my lesson. Actually speaking, David is here. David used to hold a show in Madrid every year. And I used to always use that as a perfect example of how stubborn and stupid I am sometimes, but that like once I learned my lesson, I actually learned it forever. So the used to give, oh, we got filled on the gold. You see that trade? I'm going to explain to you in a second. So this is a perfect example of my personality. David hosts this show, right, in Madrid, and it was at this hotel, and the hotel had it was like a square-based hotel, like the whole thing was in a square-shaped format, right? And just like, I guess, like, sort of Spanish stuff, they like to carve everything out of the middle. So, it was like a square-based hotel. So I would always go to the floor and I would walk to my room. Like literally I did this 4 times in the longest possible way, because I would go like 3/4 of the way around until I reached my room. And I couldn't fit, I didn't understand that if I went the other way, it was just literally one single line. It was 1/4 of the way towards the room. Then finally one day I kind of figured out, oh, I'm going to go to this one line. And then once I figured it out, I did this every single day for the rest of not just that year, but the year after that, the year after that. It's basically an example to show you how stubborn and stupid I could be, but also that once I learn a lesson, I learn it for life. And the lesson I'm really learning for life now is if you want to scalp with profit, like I just did right now with you guys, we only scalp with trend. And what that means on the dots indicator is something pretty elegant and pretty simple. So first of all, let me ask a question. David says 5-star hotel, by the way. It was a good hotel. Yes, it was a good hotel. Yes. It was really, really nice. So what does it mean to trade with trend within our structure? Let's see if you guys, those of you guys who are trading with me all the time, go in the comments, just give me the easiest description of what we mean by trend. It's literally in the chart. It's literally showing it to you. So the answer is literally on the indicator. But tell me, what do we determine as trend? What do you say? Oh, somebody's calling me from UAE. Guys, hang on just 1 second. I'm so sorry. Somebody's calling me from UAE. I got to take this call probably. Boris Schlossberg? Yes, hello. Good. I'm in the middle of live trading on YouTube. Who's this, please? Yeah, I already added myself to the group. I thought I did. No, okay. Okay, I will add myself, but I'm in the middle of live trade, so I can't do it right now. Okay, all right, bye. Sorry, guys, this is the expo, of course, calling me. So Andy says 8 above or below the 8 SMA, except he wrote 200. Yes, and Peter says uptrend 8 above, downtrend is 8 below. That's exactly it, guys. That's nothing more complicated than that. So we determine trend, but of course, that's just step 1 in really looking for good setups. So what are the good setups? So basically, what does that mean? That means that we generally only want to be taking longs in gold, shorts in Nasdaq, right? Nas is negative trend, gold is positive trend. You saw me take this trade. Let me see if I can show it to you. I don't want to, I always take them off my charts because I don't want to pollute this. But you see me long here, long here, long here. I'm just taking all longs here because the trend is all positive. That's all. That's what I've been doing And that is what works so much better than trying to fade the trend. But what does it mean to take a long? In the way in the way that I'm trading right now, which is super, super frequent, super fast, what that means is two things. We want excuse me. We want the slope to be, hang on a second. I'm sorry. Just give me a second. I don't understand these people. Join group. Okay. All right. I joined the group. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Okay. What we want to do as far as trend goes is the following. First, we want the slope to be green. Obviously, slope is green, right? The first dot signal in a green slope, I'm long. So you saw me take a long over here. Very, very nice, right? What's going to be my next possible long in here? My next possible long will be the following sequence, which is kind of really, really cool. I'm looking first for a sell-off, a purple dot sell-off, and then, and this is the key thing, a green candle. Doesn't even have to be a dot candle. It just has to materialize itself as a green candle. Let me show you where that would be a good example. I'll actually show you where it also fails, but let me show you a good example of this. So here's the slice over here. Here's the purple dot. I'm going to be long over here. I'm going to be long this trade over here, right? Into the move. And this actually would have taken me out because it dipped a little bit against me on a dip. Fine. I wouldn't have eaten this loss, and I would have gone long again on the fresh move above over here. I'm just looking for good examples for you because I don't. Here's a good example. All of these examples today would have been really, really tough on the purple and the green, because if you came in over here, you would have just been getting nicked off just by the tiniest of clips. If you follow my idea now of just basically trying to put a stop underneath the candle underneath there, if you gave yourself larger room, like a 1-to-3, 1-to-4 risk reward ratio, we certainly would have made all these trades. But the problem is, I don't mind getting clipped out for shorter stops these days, because I don't mind. I'm going to have a lot more opportunities if I take smaller stops to try to make them back. But the more important point that I kind of want to make is, if we just simply stay, like right now, I missed the trade over here. You see this? This was a red trade over here in a downward slope that would have been nice and easy. We could have easily taken this. This is a white dot, a retrace move. The next red move over here would have been over here, and I would have already made target. I just sorry, I was trying to show you the setup and I missed the trade. We're going to do this over and over again. You're going to see how consistent it is in terms of making money, and more importantly, we're not going to be heroes and take counter trend trades unless, and this is the big unless I have a true reversal in trend. And what is a true reversal in trend? It's when I get either a lower purple dot, this is a purple dot higher, purple dot lower would have been, it means a true downtrend is starting, or 2 Christmas trades like this, 1-2, an uptrend. I certainly want to short that. That's really, really good reversal. We have the ability to trade really great reversals and really great continuity trades just by watching it. Okay. Sorry guys, hang on just 1 second. Hang on. Is there a leak there? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, there's apparently a big leak in my bathroom, so I have guys just trying to repair it while I'm talking to you. Anyways, let me know if that's clear. Yes, I get in on the close of the Christmas tree. You want to come in on the close of the Christmas tree. The other little trick that I use, and this is very much voluntary, is I'm actually, because I'm using such small size, I'm perfectly happy to average in, especially because I'm using a small entry. So like, just to give you an idea, let's say I got short here, I would be averaged in the second lot over here with a stop over here. And if this thing drops just to break even point, that's already profit for me. I'm happy to take that. I'll show you how I do that as soon as it, as the trade sets up. But that's because I have such small sizes, I can afford to blend my prices and be able to come in with better stuff. I was saying something about the color of the candle. What I was saying is that when you have a white dot, you're looking for the red candle to take the short. You're in a downtrend. When you have a purple dot, you're looking for a green candle to take the long. That's what I was saying. So here's a good example. Here's a purple dot. We have a green candle possibly here, 36 seconds left. If this candle kind of holds above level, then we want to go long. Now, if you really want to be certain, you may want to wait for the candle to be to have a dot. But if you don't, I'm perfectly willing to just simply take the move here at this move. So I'm actually going to go early. The other thing is I can get to go early. My stop is going to be underneath this big candle. If I am underneath, if they break that, then I'm absolutely wrong on the trade. But in the meantime, I'm just going to hang here, see if we can pull $1 out of gold. Guys, I'm sorry. Hang on just one more second. Everybody just has to chill today because of this craziness going on in my house. Hang on. All right. Hopefully we have a little bit of peace and quiet here for the time being. Did I get done? It looks like I got done while I was gone. So that's always a fun trade when I get done without looking at the screen. So I just got done again. So cool. Let me see where I'm at on my account. Okay, I'm about halfway to my target. Let me show you. So I want to do 100 and then move on to the next account. So I'm at 47. Let's see what we can do here as far as trading goes. All right, watching, what time is it? Oh, it's still early, man. It's still early. Okay, we're watching NAS. NAS is definitely giving us a sell signal over here because, fresh downtrend, purple dot to the downside. Actually, white dot, purple dot was a perfect example. It's a retrace reversal, right? Retrace reversal. So let's see if that's going to work for us. I'm going to wait till about 10 seconds into the trade, 10 seconds into the close, enter my first unit, and then if it goes against me somewhere mid target over here, I'll enter my second unit to try to see if I need to average in. If it goes straight down, then it's even better. Okay, so we're short here. We're short here on the NAS. Always a 5-point target, right? And we'll put a stop pretty much like right around here, right above this. And as I said, if this thing gets up to about mid range, I'll just I'll lay out the offer here. Let's see if this wants to take me over here. So we'll see if we get a little bit of retrace and continuity trade, I'm perfectly happy because I'm trading so small. Maybe go once and then even at 2/3 over here, twice. Stop is over here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, the continuity should work my way, either on the first trade or on a blended position that will retrace itself out. Okay. Right now, I'm doing, I have one target, all my stops will be over here, but my entries may be a little bit up and down, scattered. Because remember, in a momentum trade, you're very likely to get sometimes retrace, and I'm happy to absorb that retrace on the assumption that my trend supposition is still strong. Now, where I'm going to get wrong and where it's going to stuff me completely is if I have a V-shaped rebound, which happens, of course, but doesn't happen a lot. And now, I just got done. So now I just need to get rid of this other position. And so my first lot just got done. I didn't have to do anything else. And it was, again, let me just mark this up so you guys really, really can see this. Where am I? So what is this doing? Why does this work so well, especially in a trend condition? I guess brush. You see the white dot? The white dot retrace move. The purple dot reestablishes downtrend. Boom, we go down. I mean, it's you know me, I can't draw. Same idea. Purple dot is a downtrend. It's a retrace move in an uptrend, and then a green candle reestablishes the trend, and we go back up. That's the move. You can see it much cleaner on this because my wiggle is a little bit better. But you get the idea, right? Once you sort of zero in on this secondary entry, it's a great secondary entry for more trades on our indicator. What is this trading view indicator? Great, you asked. It's our proprietary trading view indicator that I created. That's only available to anybody who's a member of our coaching, which I'm going to put over here. If you want to join, you get this indicator for full 6 months. You get my coaching, and you get a very high probability, like a 70 to 85% probability that if you do what we do, you'll be able to pass the prop test and get funded with multiple accounts. I mean, I've shown you guys. I have 1,000 accounts already. I don't need to show you mine because it doesn't really matter how many accounts I have. This is only the trading view accounts. I haven't even talked about wealth charts. We're gonna trade wealth charts in about an hour. I just wanted to trade one platform first and then the second platform second. But we have just as many funded accounts on wealth charts as well. We're gonna trade that. I'm just gonna log in just 1 second to get myself organized here. But the point is, what we like to do is trade prop, get funded, get paid out, all for literally 1/1000th of a cost of your own personal account. It would cost you a minimum $10,000 to be able to trade and achieve the P&Ls that we do, and I guarantee you will blow multiple $10,000 accounts trying to do this because it always takes a long time to learn stuff. And with prop, it costs you literally $35 to have the exact same structure. And then, when you get funded, it's another $85. So it's a whopping $100 all in, and you get to control a $50,000 account with payout possibilities of, multiple thousands of dollars as you go down the road. So that's what we do. And I created this indicator specifically to help us scalp consistently throughout the day. And today I'm just sort of showing a very, very focused composition of what I'm doing. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can see this. I mean, one of the reasons why everything I'm doing is working so well is there's literally a 4 Christmas tree foundation. Now, this these two, that would have been the first trade for, for the Christmas tree sell, right? What's interesting here is that maybe we're going to get a Christmas tree buy in gold, right? Gold is sort of pretty strongly positive buy. Nasdaq is strongly negative sell. I actually think it's interesting. We'll have to see how ISM prints today, but today feels to me like a day where they could just rip the Band-Aid off the wound. It feels to me like a day where we could go through 25,000 to the downside. Like if we took out 25,000, it could unwind badly. We could have a 300-400 point down day, which is great for us because it'll be trend based, and I'll be happy to run those trend trades all day, any day. We'll see if I'm right. I'm usually never right. I don't try to guess the direction of the market. I just simply try to trade its immediate move. Yeah. So we have to see if I have to see how ISM prints. If ISM prints badly, then maybe we'll have an excuse for further sell-off. Because remember, ADP was really, really weak. If ISM comes in weak, if ISM does two things, if it comes in weak on employment and high on prices, it's going to be difficult to see how Nasdaq can withstand that double whammy of shitty news. But we'll see. For us, it doesn't matter if it's good. Good news or bad news, we'll trade the price action regardless. But I just think intellectually, it's kind of interesting. It feels like the market is really, really setting up for a decline. I may be wrong, but definitely feels that way as far as price action goes. Right? How's else everybody doing? What's going on in your trading today? Who's trading what? Who's making money? Who's doing what? Let me know. I'm going to hang with you today. It's Ask Me Anything Friday. Feel free to ask any questions you have. Yeah, so what I mean by using shorter stops is my maximum stop is 1 to 4, right? So 5 points target, 20 points stop in Nasdaq. And what I'm doing is I'm actually just using the most nearest high or most nearest low as my stop, which contracts my stop to sometimes as little as 7 points, but very often between, let's say, 7 and 12 points, 15 points on the move. This definitely stops me out more, but I don't care because I can come back again with a little bit larger size. And the point being is that it really controls my general risk completely. I do this because I'm trading very, very frequently with you guys. I'm trading, I'm trying to trade every 5-10 minutes as soon as we get a setup and take those trades. So we can wash away those losses pretty quickly. Rob says he hit target on first account. What does that mean? What did you say? You hit target on first account in gold so far this morning, trading the purple white dots. How do you, sorry, what were you trading? Describe what you were doing. Shh, calm down. Calm down. Were you trading just you buying the white dots in an uptrend? Buying the purple dots? Well, it'd be interesting to share with us what you were doing, because there's lots of different variations of what we do. Today, I'm showing you the purest, simplest way. Let's trade momentum with trend, right? Scalp momentum with trend, where there is very, very clear direction for us to take. So the other thing I said to you is, whenever we get a 20, 30 minute time frame of a directional trend, we're bound to make money as we have. You bought the white dots in the uptrend and the last 30 minutes with trend in gold. Yeah, those have been really, really money. That's been a really, really good money trade for us. So here we are, second purple sell-off in this particular trend slice. This trend slice, as you can see, is sort of started at 820, has been going on for half an hour. So it's pretty decent long trend slice. And the question we have now, and also it's clearly stalling out in front of the 3,900 level. So it'd be interesting to see what it wants to do. So if we get a purple and then a resumption of uptrend, we'll try to trade that again. In the meantime, we're getting the the white move to the upside. Now, here's what I was going to say to you. When do I trade the reversal? I wish I could find a good reversal move here in a downtrend. Let me go big, because this is, I mean, it's been a this has been a really, in gold, Nasdaq has been just a really, really flat, unexciting market. Let me show you an example. Let's see if gold has better examples, or what I try to find a reversal move in gold. So I guess, I mean, the only thing I can show you, and it's not even that great an example, but here's a high purple, low purple, right, in gold. And this is counter trend. This is the only time I would take a counter trend. I would sell this because this actually does come down, right? High purple over here, low purple over here. I would sell this. These are the only counter trend trades I would allow myself to do, right? High purple, low purple. And this conversely, if I was on the downside, if I had a downtrend, here's the downtrend. Okay, this is a good example of a downtrend. Here's white dot. I think this is pretty much higher white dot, sort of higher white dot. I would have taken this, and with a stop over here, probably would have survived it. But certainly this is a second high white dot. Oh no, I take it back. The cleaner trade is this white dot to this white dot. That's a counter trend move that I would take. That's the only counter trend moves you want to do. Higher lows, higher whites, lower purples. Otherwise, I would have just simply traded all downtrend signals here until and unless I was proven wrong. So for now, we just sit tight. XLB says, let me get to NAS. Okay, XLB says that gold today, 7 trades, 6 wins, 2 green days in a row. Good job, good job, good job. See, XLB just joined us and already starting to print green numbers. That's really good to know. Just trade, trade carefully, trade small size, and I think you'll be in good shape. So we're stalling a little bit in front of the, of course, the 900 level. Let's see what they want to do. Let's see if they want to bust it. We've already taken our clean setup here from here to here. That was already clean. So I don't have any more setups for this particular trend slice. This trend slice is getting a little tired. This the other thing is, once we're about half an hour to an hour into a trend slice, most of the time it's exhausting itself. It's looking now. We're gonna probably look for a little bit of a red retrace here and give it a little time to pause. In the meantime, here's Nasdaq trying to stage a modest reversal, right? Which is fine. We're going to stand away from this reversal until and unless it starts to print a positive white dot higher, at which point, yes, we'll trade the reversal. But you see how staying with trend, I'm basically staying out of doing stupid things. It's so tempting to just, this is a bottoming. Let me buy this. Let me buy this. Let me buy this. And yes, sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't. And then you basically find yourself in just this continuous, terrible, unvirtuous cycle of I'm on the wrong side. 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 This way, you have a very clear delineation of what's the right side and what's the wrong side, right? In gold, the upside is the right side. In Nasdaq, the sell side is the right side. I mean, the only thing you could do that if you're super aggressive, you could say, listen, I'm just going to take every green dot until I'm wrong. And that's also, that's not a bad trade. If you're betting on the fact that you have a big explosive move on the slice, that the trend slice goes for an hour, you have an hour's worth of positive price action, you certainly could buy every green dot, as it goes. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative and just trade the initial green conditions and the retrace green conditions, or the initial red conditions and the retrace red conditions, and then only alternate once the trend slices change direction. But yeah, we could have just taken this trade and this trade, and it would have all been just winners, winners, winners. So I'll try to stay patient with you guys to make better trades. Yes, that's exactly right. I'm trying to actually buy not a falling knife, but a rising rocket. That's what I'm trying to do. Yes, that's exactly it. Exactly. Wow, look at this. We are really, they just bringing, man, props to North America. They just bringing gold back up. It's kind of like the shutdown trade, short Nasdaq, long gold, right? That's the shutdown trade today. It's the real move. Why did I take the NQ Christmas tree long? Because we're in a downtrend. Claudia, why would I take this trade? We're in a downtrend. Yeah, and it's not a double Christmas tree. If it was a double Christmas tree, that would be a reversal, and I would take it. Do you see what I'm saying? Bring back the rocket label. I hear you. All right. It's chilling a little bit. NAS clearly just stalling or finding support around 25.1. But remember, like yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw it, the yesterday open they just crushed it for a couple hundred points. So, but I think they're sort of, treading water right now ahead of ISM. They want to see where ISM is going to go. Gold is literally at 3,900, right then and there. Let's see what it wants to do. Let's see if they back it through. I mean, they ran this for $20. That's a big move from 730. Really been a pretty big move. Yes, but Claudia, I'm trading the dominant. What's the dominant trend in Nasdaq? Dominant trend right now is negative, right? So, and what's the dominant trend? If you trade the dominant trend, you are not going to hopefully not have as many problematic trades. Now you're going to have less trades, but they're not going to be nearly as problematic. That's the whole point. I want to trade the dominant trend as much as possible. And I only want to take reversals in the dominant trend when they are really, really clean and clear. So we got 29 seconds left. There was a red dot here. The slope was green. That's the only thing that kind of really doesn't make me happy about this. But if this is a red dot on the close, I actually will take it because the dominant trend is red. We have a white red combo, which is the reversal of the the green red combo, the other way around. So if this, let me see, if it doesn't hold though. I don't have a dot. So this shows that the market is actually kind of bottoming out. They can't test the lows. We'll have to see. But if the next candle, the candle after that turns red, I absolutely want to be short Nasdaq on that particular signal because we are dominant, negative. There's a big retrace move, and the retrace move presumably is looking like it's dying out. All good? Thank you. Quiet. Yeah.
You want me to put the stuff in there or?
No, just leave it there. I'll leave it. I'll take it there.
All
Thank you, man.
right.
Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Plumbing issues resolved, guys. So we're watching this. As I said, this turns red. I'll take it. It's going to be a relatively tight stop. So, basically the whole idea, if this is red, it can't really clear this. If it clears this, then you're absolutely wrong on the trade. And this will give you a good idea of where you want to be on the scalp side. But what's interesting is you see the buyers right now are pretty much dominating trade. they're not letting the lows stick. If you don't let the lows stick, that means the buyers are in control in the very near term. So, as we say in Yiddish, sei gesund, go with God. We are happy to let you do it, because if you really have control, then you're going to establish a fresh either Christmas tree green or a white dot, and we're going to trade those consistently, right? Meantime, gold backs off to 399, which is not a surprise. I wanted to short that 3,900 just for shits and giggles, but I'm not going to be doing shits and giggles trades anymore. I'm really trying to do this is the new Boris, at least for the first week after the Jewish New Year, where I'm going to repent for all my sins, and I'm not going to do the shits and giggles trades anymore. At least not in live. I certainly have been doing them in my own private accounts all the time. So, don't think I'm any kind of a saint at this point. But with you guys, I'm really going to try and be disciplined in trading. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's saying, can we take a long in gold and a short Nasdaq at the same time? Yes, it's called a spread trade, Mass. What you can't do in American futures contracts is you can't be long gold and short gold in the same account. But you can absolutely be long one instrument and short another instrument in the same account. Well, in fact, it's a legitimate strategy for people to do. Yes, that's absolutely viable. Yeah, it would have worked. The 39 would have worked, but I'm not I'm trying to be good, Nico. So don't sway me. Don't sway me. All right. So who's coming to me from the remotest regions of Appalachia? No, I'm just kidding. Somewhere interstate, like Columbus, Ohio. Where's everybody coming from? First of all, who's just anybody new? Come say hi to me. I saw a few people say hi with Kathy. Who's new in the room here? Who's never watched us trade and scalp? Just letting you guys know, we do this every single day. I'm going to be gone all of next week, so there's no scalping or trading next week. But maybe Friday I'll do it. But honestly, I'm going to be. This is what my partner decided to do. We're flying out 11 p.m. tomorrow night. I get into Dubai 7:30 p.m. Sunday. We're at the show Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday night, we're flying out Dubai back to New York. So, I don't think I'm going to be in shape to day trade with you guys. But I'll let you know. Goldie. Trying to make a second run towards the 39s. Let's see if this white dot holds. We'll play it. Oh, Bradford, Pennsylvania, home of the Zippo Allegheny National Forest. Okay, nice. Nice. No, we're flying Emirates though. It's okay, Ben. Emirates is a really good airline. Wow, look at this nice big reversal in gold. Let's see if it holds. 57 seconds. Let me see if that dot holds. $44. At around 10 seconds to the close, if it's holding around here, I'm gonna put in a first trade. So this is definitely a big candle. And this kind of big candle, you got to take one trade and then be willing to come in on half a third candle and a 2/3 candle for average in positions if need be. All right, 20 seconds. At around 10 seconds again, I'm gonna initiate the first trade. All right, I'm in it. I'm in at this. This is my stop. The stop is kind of a natural stop underneath this candle. Targeting is 89.9. Where am I? Almost there. There we go. And that trade worked again. So over and over and over again. Just nice, clean. What am I doing? I'm trading with scalp. I'm scalping with trend, or I'm trading with scalp, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hey, Scotland, UK. Nice to have you guys. Do you know that Ray, you missed the whole conversation about Americans and their high school mascots, which we had like last week, where I explained to everybody in Europe who thought we were insane that I guarantee you that if I asked any American what was the name of their high school mascot, they would remember it like a Pavlovian dog. And of course, my high school mascot, my mascots were the McLean Highlanders. So, you know, it's in honor of your great country. So yes, we used to, they used to walk around on the field in those little, you know, kilts, the American football field. So, so welcome, Scotland. We have a soft spot for you guys because you were my high school mascots. No, Peter, I didn't go long after the purple candle. I mean, you could have. That's a different setup. Today I'm showing you what Christopher was saying. I am not guessing. The purple dot would have been a guess buy, right? I'm trying not to guess buy, so I'm buying the green. I'm waiting for a confirm, right? I'm waiting for the confirm afterwards. And it's a stronger trade, I think, most of the time. You know, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the confirm fails, but it's a stronger trade conceptually, where, you know, yes, the buyer's resuming the move. So you saw us move here. Let me show you. I don't show all my trades because they just get too much. But we went 98, 99, super easy, right? Boom, boom, nice clean trade right then and there. All right, I think I'm gonna. Was it 9 o'clock? After the New York close, we're gonna switch to wealth charts, and we're gonna trade wealth charts, which has also got great execution on it because they really improved their execution. It will we'll trade the same idea on wealth charts, which will be a lot of fun. What is this? This is gold, and this is NAS. Okay. Yep. Same idea. All right, so we'll switch it around 9:30 when we get there. The reversal in trend. Why you guys are all taking a reversal in trend? Why am I missing something? Where do you guys see the reversal in trend? I guess are you sort of taking the green dot? I mean, where do you see the reversal in trend trade here? Because I don't quite see it yet, because I don't have my definition of what I would consider a reversal in trend is a higher white dot. I don't have a higher white dot yet. I did have a higher green dot, which is kind of okay and probably worth maybe a shot. You know, you could have taken this 25s and it was, you know, would have probably worked more or less towards target. But my whole idea is I want to see the white dot. XLB, as you're seeing, I am initiating at 520, but then triangulating my stop. My target is always 5, but my stop is like really gets triangulated underneath the candle. So sometimes it's 20, but sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 12. That is not a mandate from me, but I like to do it this way because it compresses my risk a little bit, and I don't care about getting stopped out more often. Is that in trend, Keith? Because are you talking about this purple, this that we just did? That's not a reversal trade. That's a continuation trade. I guess maybe we have a mixture. This is everything above trend is trend trades. All I'm trying to do is, this is not a reversal trade. This is just a pause and a trend trade continuation. A reversal trade is when we are going the opposite way. Like I'm waiting for a reversal. We're negative trend in Nasdaq, and I'm looking for a buy. A buy underneath negative trend in Nasdaq, that's a reversal trade. A buy in gold when it's positive trend is a buy in gold. There's just different variation. There is, the white breakout momentum, and there's the purple and come back and, make fresh highs. Gold is just really showing us a beautiful, beautiful trend structure here, and we could, we could just ride this all day long for the time being. So I just want to make sure that we're correct on the definitions. Everything above trend is trend. It's just different variations of that. Everything below that we're buying, that's going to be a reversal. The 2 white dots was an NQ on well charts. Maybe it was an NQ. Maybe I was on the micro and I didn't see it. Let's see. Maybe you guys are right. This is unfortunate. Oh, you guys are right. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I missed that trade because I had it on the micro. Good point. We should actually let's stabilize on the big contract, and then once we get the signals, we go to the other contract. Good point. I always forget that. In well charts, it's a lot easier to see it because I was on the micros, and the micro didn't quite give me that signal. So yes, we would have been long here at 24s, and it went to it actually didn't quite make the 5 points. So we still would be in this trade. We'd be kind of floating this trade on a reversal basis. So we'll see. You guys, I could fool around with this trade because it's quasi legitimate for me to take this trade on a reversal basis. I'm going to take this trade here, but keep my stop right underneath here. So if I'm right, good. If I'm wrong, it's going to be a very, very tight stop. So in a perfect world, in an original world, I would have been long here, and then a second blended trade over here with the exit over here, and I'll probably just maybe, release my target a little bit more and see if it can just come back and hit my target, because it's a reversal trade. So it needs a little help to give it juice. But you guys are right. So I took the trade late, but with a better execution, which is always good. Let's see if it does anything. Yeah, sell was setting up, but I'm pretending that I was, that I was 2 minutes back. And what would I have done in 2 minutes back? I would have taken the reversal, right? So I'm pretending that I am, still in the reversal mode. Now, yeah, now the sell is setting up. It's fine. If it stops me out, I'll take the sell side. But, I'm just sort of pretending that I would have taken this trade. So therefore, I'm playing this trade out with you guys. We'll see. We'll see if it works out. Come, baby, come. Oh, it's coming so close, so close. Just teased me and then left me hanging. Come on. Let's go. Come on, sweep me. All right, screw this. You know what? I'm just getting out of this trade. I don't like this trade. I just got out flat because it didn't have a lot of juice. And remember, it's a reversal trade, and if it's not reversing, then fuck it. We stay with trend. That's the rule of life. At the moment, of course, I stop myself. I get myself out. It's going to work, but it's fine. Let it work. And we'll wait for the next one to occur. If it's a true reversal, it will give us more signals. If it's a bullshit reversal, then we don't need to be in it. Boom, that worked. So it's my sacrifice to the gods. Whenever I leave the trade always works. So that's fine. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Now we got a legit trade. Let's take this. So now I'm taking. This is a Christmas tree trade. So we don't see this on MNQ, but we definitely see this on NQ. This is what I want to show you. So 2 consecutive green signals, right? That's a Christmas tree trade. We got to take this because that is legitimate trade, and I'm going to stay underneath here. Now it works. It doesn't work. That's fine, but I absolutely want to take it. To give myself a chance to trade this. Let's see if I put myself out here. Just think, I have a 2/3 bid entry, which I missed because I was yapping, which would have probably resolved my trade. But that's fine. Gold just continues through the 3,900. Nice vertical move. Okay, I left that buy limit. Just get this a little bit softer. Let's see if I can just get out of this trade. We'll see. So we're on the micro, and it's hard to see this. But again, what we're trading from the large contract is this double, and we get done on the micro. So you don't see it because I was off the micro, but that got done nicely. We were trading this double Christmas tree. That's a super strong momentum move, especially on a nice reversal move. And you see how that's setting up. News today. I'll see what the news are. I mean, we haven't gotten there. Santiago says he had a great trading day. He thought he was trading 1, but it was 10. That's great. As Yogi Berra said, I'd rather be lucky than good. But remember, luck doesn't last. So skill reigns supreme. We just want to stay on small sizes and clip this out, clip this out, clip this out. So that worked nicely. And again, you got to trust the setups. This is just a really hard probability setup. So we took it nice and clean. Boom, 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 boom. All got done. Now we got nothing much to do because we're sort of waiting for some kind of a pause or some kind of a reversal here. We also got about 5 minutes to the open. So we're going to actually, step back and wait for the open to roll out. And then after the open, I think I'm going to roll over to the wealth charts. This account, just so since I started with you, it was 50. Now it's 71. It's not quite 100, but good enough for government work. I mean, we did a lot of good work, and I was yapping around. I wasn't really paying attention. So it's probably worth, behooves us now to just switch over to these accounts. Let's see which account I want to run. This one. Yeah, maybe we'll run the 18 account. This is a clean 25,000. See if we can try to get that close to 100 on this account, with all the stuff that's going on. So let's see what we want to do. We're switching over to wealth charts. Everybody who wants the Apex discount, here's the Apex discount. And of course, don't forget, this is the coaching. Putting the coaching link. And of course, don't forget the 365 registration. Everybody, please go to the wealth charts and register there. Have you guys all registered? Give me a yes, please, that you registered on the wealth charts. For the summit, for the wealth chart summit. Nice. Okay, thank you. Wow, look at this. This gold has just been beyond belief, just a straight up move. Who was it? Somebody was asking, can you short? Was it Maz? Did you short Nas and go long gold? You're already, doing quite well. Good job, everybody. Thank you. All right, we got 5 minutes to the open. Let's see what they want to do. You guys want to listen to the new song? I think you guys will like this song. I really like this new song. Let me tell me if you like it.
It's 3 a.m. Child are moving. I'm chasing them. Candle whispers. They speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. Scalp or die.
Really tempted to take this trade. Really tempted to take this, but it's like we know that this is always going to be a pump and dump trade. So chasing this and they're going to reverse it right back on us, just not worth it. But it is a higher white. They're really nice.
Scalp or die. Scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die. Scalp or die. The thrill's my high. Win or lose, I kiss the
I make them, Jim. I make them. It's the beauty of AI. And you guys all like it because it's all funkadelic background.
The screen's glowing. It's 3 a.m. Child are moving. I'm chasing them. Candle whispers. They speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. Scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge.
I know, I love this one. This is a really, really good one.
The thrill's my high. When all
Disco never died, Creed.
hits the sky.
Pretty good, right? Pretty good. I gotta say, Suno is awesome. All right, getting a little bit of a purple dot here, but we can't really can't touch anything on the open in gold. But still, I'll watch gold. We'll see. Let me just make sure I'm on the right account. I'm on 18. I got to be at 18. Okay, 18. 18 on this. And we probably should, let me just go to MGC on gold. All right, let's see where we're at on gold. So the classic setup is purple, then followed by either a white or a green dot. I need to see a dot in the direction we want to trade, which is the scalp, the trend direction. Trend is positive, obviously. Everybody digging the song. Nice. All right, 9:30 on the open. Let's see what we can watch this on this side, but let's see what Nasdaq brings us. Let's see what Nasdaq wants to do. Maybe a pretty quiet open today because everybody's kind of waiting for ISM. So we'll see. So just for shits and giggles, do they pump it or dump it? Looks like they're pumping it on the open. But watch. My vibe is it's going to reverse it straight down and just flush it down to the 2100. Bump. By the way, I was just thinking, I don't know if you could, I don't know if Dr. D is in the room. He's Mr. Straddle. See, look at this pump and dump, complete pump and dump. I was just thinking you probably could do like a, straddle on the accounts. Like if you opened up over here, you were done 33.46. Now you didn't have enough room to kind of actually get it funded. You need like 30 points to get it funded. Not enough volatility in the open to kind of buy one to burn one, but gold is retreating. Obviously, I think it's big trade to the 910s. Ooh, Nasdaq reversing big time. Positive move here. Interesting. Not going to chase this candle. This candle is like a 20. It's a 30 point candle. It's actually not horrendous, but it looks bigger than it is because we've had such tight ranges. A little bit of continuation. Look at this. Nice. Gold really coming down. It's another good reason to have not bought this because the correction was going to be a lot sharper than this. So alas, no trades for us right now. May even be a little bit quiet for the next half hour until ISM comes in. By the way, let's see what they're looking for on ISMs. What the numbers are for today. Oh, this is the final one. That's why it's not that interesting. Oh no, I take it back. Sorry, that's the PMI services final. ISM, they're looking for a slight decline to 51.8. All right, interesting. Big reversal on Nas. We took, that's why we didn't want to trade the volatility, because it was just a given that it was going to go up and down. And we'll stay patient here. I'm gonna sneeze, guys. Sorry. Still getting over my cold. All right, let's see what's going on with gold here. We want to see some green. If we get a green off this move, we'll take it. Let's see what gold wants to give us. Oh, you know what? I should be in. Let's go to wealth charts. Sorry, let's go to wealth charts, and let's go to MGC. Yeah, gold is acting pretty well here. Big pop. When it gets to about 10 seconds to the countdown, I'll enter the first position. Again, this is going to be probably a scale in position because it's a big candle and want to be like, at the top, a third, 2/3, and give ourselves a chance here. Let's see what it wants to do. Yeah, it definitely could be risky, but we're trading momentum, and it's showing momentum. All right, in this, and then if it comes down like we're in at 09. If it comes down to like 073, we'll buy some more. Wait, where's my target? Oh, wait, why isn't this working? I'm 18. Why isn't this showing on the Wait, I can't see anything. You know what? I'm going to flatten out. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I can't see my position here. That's really, really weird. That's really, really weird. I don't know why I didn't see the position on the trade here. I'm in at 18. Why isn't this showing on the bracket? Oh, that's weird. I'm on MGCs. I'm on MGC here. All right, you know what? We'll come back to this. Let's see what's coming up over here. So the gold trade was, you were long here, 9.3. It went like 10.2, 10.3. But you could have averaged in and averaged out, you would have had really, really good trades here. It was just hard to see this on wall charts. Anybody take the gold trade with me? Did you guys work that out? You had it too close to stop? Okay, yeah. Yeah, for some reason, this was it's a very, very weird trade here. If I get a green dot again on gold, I'll go. But until I get that, we're just going to let it be. I feel like it's really getting, it's definitely hitting resist at the highs and looking like it wants to come back and so what's interesting here is that if we're coming down, this could be a possible reversal trade in gold if I get a purple dot here, because it's a lower purple basically, or it's sort of equal purple. Maybe it's lower enough that I would want to take this. New all-time high on the Dow. Yep. I have services PMI coming up. All right, gold is extending. I'm going to do simple bracket. I'm just going to do this because for some reason, I don't like the, like it wasn't catching my strategy. I'm going to buy this. Okay, buy this. This should hopefully be properly positioned me out, right? Where's my position? 11. Why don't I see the offer? See, this is what I'm saying. I don't see the offers on this thing. Sell limit at 12.4. Why don't I see the 12.4s? I'm going to buy this and push this sell down here. The stops will stay here. And I got filled, but I don't see anything on the ladder. So that was the frustrating part. All right. I mean, you guys saw me work the average in position, and that worked out fine. But I don't know. I'm gonna refresh this. I think it's maybe some kind of a little bit of a bug this morning on the chart. Oh, in the meantime, Nasdaq is just giving us a really, really big red candle, right? Which we could have traded, but we just we actually could trade this. Let's do this a little bit on the NAS. Let me go to a different account. All right, and so I have a little bit of a better entry here than the close. This actually would have done fine had we taken the trade at the open, but this is a massive reversal candle. So what happened to NQ? What do you mean? Like, why did it drop so hard? Maybe PMI came out. I think PMIs came out. I'm going to take a look at it. We'll just take a look at it in a second. There's just a lot of volatility on the PMI stuff. This is the final PMI print. Let's see. I'm just going to take a probative trade just to see. Oh, there it is. Now it's showing up. Now I think I needed to refresh this. That's what it was. I just needed to refresh this. So 40, 35 on my ladder. Yeah. Now we can see a little bit of Nasdaq. I mean, unfortunately, it's going against me, but it's okay. I just wanted to test the trade with small size. We'll see if I can hold it. The stop is pretty much like where it should be. If it goes through this high stop, I'm definitely wrong on the trade. Okay, we'll trade the wealth charts for a little bit now because I think everything is nice and clear here. We're in at 40. The target is 35. The stop is quite high around here. I'm not really gonna try to average into this position because it's very it's obviously in front of the news, and I'm probably gonna get killed on this thing. That's fine. If I get killed, I get killed. Because I really wanted just to test to make sure the ladder was working. Maybe Murano said something. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Final services PMI was actually better. Let's see what Twitter has to say. Yeah, ISM definitely works. Is a much more of a important value than the services than the S&P PMI. Jesus Christ, are you serious? This can't be real. I can't believe the cops are so incompetent. Yeah, no, nothing else. This is pretty much it. I'm going to flatten out on this trade because it's in front of the PMI. Anyways, it's not worth it. We will come back to this. The trend is still negative trend, but clearly reversing strong on NAS. Let's see if this is just a pause that refreshes. With gold, the trade has just been super positive. We traded gold to the long side. Well, let's just give it a pause until we get the news in the next 10 minutes and see how it goes. I got to read this story. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. We got like this. If this is true, this is just beyond horror. What a bunch of Keystone cops they are. Jesus Christ. All right. So we caught the nice move up here. Again, I want to be on the big contracts. Holiday was honestly, Jim, was very tough because I don't know if you saw the news of the murder in UK. So it's never good when there's an act of terrorism on your holiest day. But other than that, it was okay. So again, I just want to reaffirm. We've been very, very good today, making money on every trade except like the last two trades were not real trades. It was just me testing out because the platform was wonky. Now the platform is okay. So I'm just showing you on TradingView because it's very clean and sharp here that we traded all the reversals properly on NAS and all of the uptrend properly on gold. And now we're just sort of waiting, first of all, to see what the news is and whether this reversal gives way back to the downtrend because it's still a dominant downtrend. And let's see if this uptrend holds or it starts to reverse itself also. So basically, we're just looking to see where the next possible wave could be for us. But you see how much easier it is to trade with trend and very tactically against it. It really gives you much higher probability trades. Much higher probability trades. Good morning, everybody. Who's joined us new? Who's hanging out? We're just chilling until 10 o'clock for the ISM services. There's no reason to to stick our head in front of a oncoming train until it determines what it wants to do with price action. All right. While we're doing this, let me. We got a few minutes. Let me take everybody's point. So if you are going to be in Florida, if you are in Florida, we're going to be there live 21st. Great chance to come hang out with us. But more importantly, it's not just me. It's going to be David Green, who's a really great market maker. Worked for NYSE, was so good that he was able to retire at the age of 30 with a huge payout. And now just basically chills out and trades all day long. Now, he trades differently than I do, so it's a really great opportunity to see some of his setups. And I'll be showing you my setups. And, of course, Kathy is also going to be there. So it's going to be super interesting if you guys want to come to the Boca trade. I'm going to give you the link directly, but if you want to just QR the code, you'll be able to just get the access to the tickets, which are going to be a lot of fun. So I'll leave that over there. Boca Summit. Yes, it's just $97. That's all it is. Big reversal on the NAS. Look at that big reversal on the NAS. Yes, it is. 5 minutes to go before the news. We'll see what they want to do with it. I don't know about that, DV. I don't have a clean answer for the candlestick. Sorry about Lofty. That happens. Wow, look at that big, it's 50-point down move. That is somebody, there's a data leaking. Look at that reversal. Holy cow. Now, by the way, you see this is an orange Christmas tree setup. That tells you this is a massive candle. So you absolutely cannot trade this candle with anything less than a 45-point stop and a 15-point target. So whether you want to take this trade, really up to you. But that is a massively large volatility candle, so you might want to pass up on it. Starting to come back down, really ripping this down. Interesting. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go off camera for just a second, guys, to get some more espresso for the final hour of trade. And you guys watch the charts. We'll be back. We'll be back for the news flow and see what it wants to do. Oops, I just screwed up the chart. Hang on. I want to add this. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I want to remove this. What did I just do? Speaker view. I want to go this. There we go. Sorry. Had the wrong view. Okay. All right, we're getting close to the news. Let's see what it wants to do. $29 seconds, 28 seconds left. Yeah, we're gonna do one and done, but after 10 o'clock for sure. 50, a little bit ugly. A little bit ugly. What's the result? Yeah, negative. Yeah, it's a services is weak. I mean, it's basically what we're seeing is a pretty concerted decline across all the. That's a pretty low print. I mean, everybody was looking for this. I wonder what the. Let's see what the all the other stuff came out here as far as. Why is nobody printing this? Let me go to headlines. Employment was 47 against 46. Prices paid higher. None of this. Remember, I said to you, none of this is good. If prices paid are higher and numbers are lower, I kind of feel it's going to be a negative move here. I'm actually going to short this on the news and small here. So let's see where I'm at. We're going to go on the micros, and it got that got done very quickly because that was just negative data. Even it's a big vol move, but you could tell it was a big negative data move here. Watching gold out of the corner of my eye here for possible secondary move here. I'm going to short this again, and let's see if I'm right in a sense that I'm going to put my stop above here. I'm going to average into the position if it goes against me. But I'm going to short this again. So a third of the move here. I'm going to sell here. Move my target to the first entry, and again push my. And that got done. They got done very, very fast. It's hard for me to kind of talk and show you, and do it at the same time, but you get the idea. The point is, you have a super strong negative move. You're definitely in a negative trend. It's almost always going to retrace, and that retrace is going to be a really good secondary entry for you to be able to come back and pick up the position, and then you're able to get a really, really good blended price on the two. So that's exactly what I did. It was just super fast to see it, but hopefully you guys saw it and got the idea of what I did. I'll do more of this if we have a chance. Right now, gold is starting to go lower, although it's a higher dot over here, so I can't really short this on a reversal basis. But we'll see if there's a secondary purple dot, and that's going to be a good reversal move for us. In the meantime, Jim was asking me the 10 o'clock trade. We're going to do that. We'll do it in this account just to not to get too complicated. The 10 o'clock trade is when we get a Christmas tree signal in a direction of the big trend. So if I have a red Christmas tree, I'm going to trade that with a 1030, and that's just like a one and done trade at 10 o'clock. For those people that just want to have a one and done trade. We have we don't have a Telegram group for traders. We have our own personal chat group for traders, and then we have personal coaching. So if you're interested, Shakira, let me. This is the link you want. I just sent it in chat. That's how you would join us for personal and private conversations. So yeah, I think we'll see how much whether the market is. Why is the last time Christmas gold? Because it is a super large volatility. Gold shows huge volatility, telling you if you're going to short this or if you're going to follow this, you need like a 15-point target and a 45-point stop, which you would have made. It would have totally made the trade. You would have had the trade here. So it's just a volatility warning for you. That's what it is. Gold is like a large volatility warning. Now gold, the instrument, coming right back to the 3,900. Let's see if it's been really having a hard time to try to peel away, right? This 3,900, it tests it, breaks through, then comes back down, tests it, comes back down. There just seems to be a lot of resist around this level, meaning that there's a lot of sellers. So let's see, if it holds here, because if it could just hold here and push higher, that'll be very, very bullish. We'll see that on the charts. If I get right now, if I get like a big green dot or a white dot through with a green slope, we're going to go long this thing because that's obviously going to be positive signal for us. Nasdaq in the meantime remains pretty negative for the time being. That's right. Who needs non-farm when you have ISM? You could have traded that. We could have straddled that, right? Would that have been a if you bought that as 112? Yeah, you would have made money. You would have totally funded on the ISM. It was a 30-point move. It was perfectly good. All right, if we get a signal in gold, we'll go over to wealth charts. I'll just preset my charts here for any possible gold, because we'll take the gold signal in wealth charts. Let's see what they're saying about the ISM. Anybody? Yeah, that's a big drop in new orders. That's actually all of this stuff is negative. Anything can happen, and we could have a reversal. But I think you have to sort of trade Nasdaq on the assumption that it's a sell unless proven otherwise. So we're gonna short this this red candle if it stays red for us on the assumption that it's a sell unless it's proven otherwise. Gold also kind of unwinding now down. So we don't have a trade in gold because it's against our it's against the positive trend. But if it drops negative, we'll also start shorting gold. For now, though, I'm just going to focus on NAS and see if we can make this trade happen on Nasdaq. Wow, gold just took out basically a 10-point move. Wow, big sell on gold. I'm going to trade with about 10 seconds to go. Well, this is a, how's that, 81? It's a big candle too. I'm short here. Oh shit! Am I in the wrong? No, I'm in the right account. I thought I was in the wrong account. Okay, let me put the stop over here. Oh, you know what happened? That was bad. The red dot went away, so it's really not a proper trade. I'm going to take myself out of this trade. The red dot went away. They just bought it the last second, so not really a proper trade. We'll just come out of it and look for real weakness if there is one. This was a dip, and the red dot went away. Gold now trying to find support around the 900 level. I'll be right back, guys. Just make another espresso. Call you back. I'm in live, okay? Gold is really breaking that 900. I was thinking of shorting gold over here, but I'm trying to stay consistent to my method, which is like, hey, let's just trade trend. But you could tell it's really starting to break down a little bit. Nasdaq is just sort of holding bid here. Unless it breaks down, we need to see Nasdaq come down, and then the real big test is going to be this 25,000. If they really want to crush it, that's where it's going to happen. Yeah, that definitely is a good idea. Very sharp slope means that retraces absolutely work. Absolutely true. So remember, a couple of things we want to look for. Can we get a Christmas tree red that would give us a, like a 10 o'clock trade? Do we get like kind of a retrace and then come back? This white dot followed by a red move, that would be a great trade for us too. I'll be right back, guys. All right, here we go. Comes back on the retrace. And by the way, you saw me get out of that trade, and that was the reason I got out of that trade. It wasn't a signal, and praying for a signal after you take a trade is always a bad mistake. So it wasn't a setup. I just blew out of it. It's fine. When do you trade to a? Sorry, I don't understand the question. When do you trade to achieve 14 PA on Apex? this is like over, the last few months that we've traded. I'm not sure. Maybe you can rephrase the question. I'm not sure what you mean. Gold really coming back down. So, okay. So this gets interesting because now, there's only like two possibilities. We're just going to really crash and turn negative trend, start looking for negative trend, or we're going to try and find support again at this 389. And if we get a positive signal, it'll still be with trend. So we want to do that. Wow. Really coming down. I'm taking a little shits and giggles trade here in gold just for fun. Okay. Just for fun. This is not a good trade, but but it worked. Again, it was pretty obvious that this in 90 was going to be a little bit of a support against this 200 SMA. So that worked nicely, but don't do as I do. Do as I say. Not a legitimate trade for me. All right, let's see what Nas does. Does Nas want to consolidate and come back again for a positive run? Let's see. That 90 was, you could tell that it was just, going to be a really good buy. All right, now comes the moment of truth. Gold is starting to rally. Let's see how far it goes, because what we're going to be looking for is a fresh red dot. And we're looking for a fresh red dot in Nasdaq too. No, sorry. I really shouldn't be thinking about a fresh red dot. This is a white dot in gold against trend, but the slope is negative, so I don't want to take it. I actually want, if gold is truly going to come back on a positive trend, it needs to have positive slope. So no trade on this. But in the meantime, in Nasdaq, what I'm going to be looking for is a red dot, because the trend is still negative. In gold, after such a steep sell-off, it's going to be hard to imagine. Could it be a V-shaped recovery back up to 390? Yes. I mean, anything is possible in gold because it's clearly a lot of two-way traffic here. But generally, after selling off for like $20, it's probably going to consolidate. So who likes the new approach of scalping with trend? Who likes it sort of philosophically and is starting to get comfortable with just trying to take the highest possibility trades within the overall trend? Yes, no. Let me know. Let me know your feedbacks. What do you think about these? Cool Dip likes it. Anybody else? Let me know. Yeah. So everybody seems to really like it, and you're doing better with it. That's the good part, that you're doing better with it. That's what we really want to do. Lee says still can't take leads. It's always there, baby. It's always there teasing us, right? Taking the counter trend is this. Oh, speaking of which, I'm yapping. You see that red dot? So that red dot is hopping on this $1.24 on the clock. So if it stays red, we're going to take it. The only thing I don't like about it is the slope is green. So that means that there is, still buyers on the trade. But if it stays red, we've got to respect the fact that the overall trend is still negative and it's coming off as a thing. Gloria says that's exactly how she's been trading with Christmas. That's great. That's great. You should have Juan. You should have the version with Christmas. If you have the one with dots, just email me again. Email me on the a contact with your trading view name, and I'll double check. You probably just need to delete and replace. All right, let's switch over to MNQ over here. Actually, we don't need to switch over. I'll show you because I'm going to enter MNQ myself. If this stays red, which is obviously going to stay red, we're going to short this thing. 10 seconds left. I'm going to short it. I'm going to move over to MNQ. If it comes back to retrace against me, we'll add to the position a little bit. But I don't think so. Again, you see, no need to. It's one of the cool things about scalping with trend is it's relatively low stress trade. We're generally in the direction of the move. XLB hits the target. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so nice to hear. When you see the light, be sure to tell me because I'm still blind. No, I'm really glad you're seeing the light. That's very good. And I think the way I'm trying to formulate the process should be much more intuitive to everybody, right? The very fact that I'm not fucking around, I'm not taking, counter trend trades except in incredibly defined conditions. I'm not, with a few exceptions, like, let me buy this dip. This dip is so fucking easy. Let me just buy this dip. Let me do all those things that are non-viable. They are fun, but non-viable, I think is really important because that's what keeps us grounded and keeps us trading on the process. So I'm glad everybody is responding positively. Remember, it's a magnet, right? It's like the gravitational pull. Trend is like a fucking gravitational object. And to fight trend is like to fighting gravity. We all love to fight gravity, right? But gravity usually wins. Was it John Cougar Mellencamp? I fight authority, authority always wins. That literally was my anthem when I was a child. I could totally relate to that song. But when you're an adult and you're trying to trade the markets and win the markets, that song gets very, very tired. Who remembers that song? Who loves that song? John Cougar Mellencamp, I fight authority, authority always wins. Claudia likes it too. Good. I'm glad you like it, Claudia. I wonder if we could, I'm going to pull this up and share with you just for shits and giggles. I got to find it on YouTube. You'll be one. This is a true case of how old you are. I fight authority. John Cougar Mellencamp. Oh, this is funny. Oh my God, he's so young here too. All right, let me get rid of the commercials and I'll play it. Wait, hold on. Now I got to share this. Let me share this with you guys. Stop screen. Hold on a second. Share screen. Tab. Mellencamp. Also share tab audio. Share. All right, let's listen to this.
Cute when I say, give me a strength for round 5. He said, you don't need no strength, you need to grow up, son. I said, growing up, Mr. Growing on the ramp for dying. And dying to me don't sound like all that much fun. So I say, I fight for the authority always wins. Well, I fight authority always wins. Well, I was doing it since I was a young kid. I come out with a man. Well, I fight authority always wins.
Awesome song, right? Awesome song. All right, let's go back to charts. Let me just add the chart. Stop screen. Share image. Title screen. Let's go back to charts. Definitely the anthem of the 80s. Also, by the way, it's really nice to see John Cougar Mellencamp in this 1983 mug, because if you've seen him recently, you're like, holy shit, are we old? Is everybody so old? Okay, this is kind of tempting, guys, right? It is. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this because it's kind of a reversal move. It's not quite the white dot, but it's actually a double. It's start turning into a double Christmas tree for us, which is good. Like, so we made money on this, and now it's turning into a double Christmas tree. Actually, it's a triple Christmas tree. Sorry, I take it back. It's not even a trade, because we've had Christmas trees over here. So that's it. We're not, no. I'm sorry. It's a double Christmas tree. This one is a red. So we have a Christmas tree move. I could take this again. On the close here. In the meantime, we finally have a reversal move here on gold, which is a better trade in some ways because we're positive trend. So I'm going to focus on gold here as a trade for us. Buck one on the clock. So this was sort of purple dot, and then finally, a green dot on this. $9:02, 39 seconds left. I'm going to come in again with 10 seconds left. And then if I have to blend my trade to be fine, my stop is going to be underneath all of these candles over here. All right, we're going to come in here under micros. And my stop is going to be underneath all of these candles. I should have come in here. Okay. All right, fine. And I got that resolved nicely for a full trade. You see how having small size gives me the flexibility to kind of get the blended prices and resolve these trades, for the clips that I need. And what it does is just enhances the probability of success, right? Because you're not married to the first price you come in. Sometimes the first price is the run price, and sometimes you get the retrace move. So as long as you can sort of survive the general stop conditions, you're going to resolve those trades. So it means more and more accurate trades. I think we've only had literally one negative trade today the whole time in marathon trade, and this explodes even more. Again, this was a much better trade, as I said to you. Why? Because we're trading with trend, right? This one was against trend. We're looking for buy points against trend, and even if this was a Christmas tree construct, which it wasn't, this would have been a better trade. Everybody following what I did here, because it's kind of fast when I do it, but that's the only way I can do it, and I can explain afterwards. I think we kind of all decided it's much better for me to trade than talk, right? I could always talk afterwards. All right, let's see what we got here. Got one last, maybe we'll do one more last set of trades. See what we can do on getting this organized, and then we'll go from there. I really, really like how we worked out. This is almost like a perfect ending, for the, I guess it's the month of September. I'm going to call this the month of September because even though it's October, it's really the end of September, for us to kind of put everything together, the dots, the various setups, and the trend direction as our North Star, as a way for us to really, really direct the trades. It just creates, I think, the best probability complex for us. And then obviously small sizes, like I said, really makes a huge difference. Gives us that flexibility to resolve things. You guys agree? Give me some thumbs up. Tell me you had a good time today. All right, now we're getting a Christmas tree signal. That's a pretty good signal because we've spent quite a little bit of time and the buyer's controlling the price action. So now we absolutely want to take this NAS move if it holds. And the big thing is if it holds. Nathan, you had a great time today. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nathan, where are you from? I forgot. You told me, but I forgot. That song is still in your head? I know. That song is in my head my whole life. That is literally the soundtrack to my life. All right, we're going to get long on NAS and stop underneath here. It's fine. I'm going to see if we can let it run a little bit here. See if it can do our Christmas tree move here. We're in at 96. So at around 90, if it comes down to 90, I'll take a secondary position, maybe 90.50 as a blended price. Okay, we got a blended price. I'm going to come back down over here, see if I can get it resolved. Stops are all over here. May not. This Christmas tree may have the downtrend and if it goes downtrend, we'll trade the downtrend. Not a big deal. We'll reverse. We'll just see if it can just hold the lows here. That's the big question. Lofty, I honestly don't know the answer to your question. You know who does know the answer to your question? ChatGPT. Those are ChatGPT questions, my friend. And we're done. And we resolved the last trade with a little bit of a heartache, but we still resolve it, which is great. So that brings us nice clean on all the accounts. And the only thing we don't have is a 10 o'clock trade because the market kind of is negative direction and starting to become positive. But that doesn't mean we won't get one. It doesn't mean that like maybe at around 11 or even 10:45 when I go off air. A lot of times when I go off air, sometimes you're going to get that that red Christmas tree label. If you get that anytime until 11:30 in the morning, it's a legit trade. So so watch that carefully and see if it works. Otherwise, we had a great day today. We killed literally every single trade. Only I think one setup out of like 15 was did not work itself out. But yeah, I'm glad you guys really like the structure. I'm really glad you guys like the way we worked out all of the flows. And whether you're doing single entry or like multiple entry like I do, it all works. It's all really, really good. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. You could even do a very, very strict, 5 target, 20 stop, and just, ignore everything else, which probably is the right way to do it than doing all this, trade management and stuff like that. But I like to stay active. So the most important part is the process of trading with trend and trading with counter trend only under very, very specific conditions. And as long as we can do that, I think we're really staying in great shape. So I'll leave you guys with all those thoughts. I'll see you guys end of next week. I'll see you guys, everybody. Again, please be sure to come to the Wealth Charts show, which is right over here. Oh no, sorry, that's coaching. Let me do the Wealth Charts show. Oops, sorry. Here's the Wealth Charts show. I'll leave that to you guys. Please come there and enjoy. And I will see you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Everybody take care. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.